So as you girls know, I have my skincare and makeup routine down to an art. Or so I thought. Until 2023, where these three tiny, cheap, ridiculous things totally changed my game, totally changed my skincare routine, totally changed the way I do makeup. And I just want to share that with you today. So I know on the Preacher Girl podcast, most of the times we talk about highly spiritual matters and things that will matter forever. And so, but sometimes we like to talk about other things like hair and makeup and things that make your life easier or make you feel better as a woman and as a woman of God. So if you are interested in finding out these three, you can't believe how cheap solutions I found to some really like common hair and skin issues that finally, after 4 decades, I know how to fix. I want to share those with you today. And 2 of them are under $10. Can you believe it? All right. So if you're interested, my name is Pastor Sharo. If you didn't hit that like button yet, you might as well, because every week there is so much fun and exciting and spiritually relevant content here on the Preacher Girl podcast. I would love for you to join us on this journey. And you know what? It is the holiday season. And here on Preacher Girl TV, the holidays are so much fun. So if you didn't subscribe yet, do it. Trust me, you won't regret it. Okay, so a couple of things. Before I found these 3 things, doing my hair, it really is the biggest task of the week. So I don't actually wash my own hair. I go to the salon around the corner from my house. And you might be thinking, well, Pastor Sharo, you can afford that. Girl, it is less than $30. And they wash and condition and treat and blow dry and style my hair twice a week. My time is worth way more than that. So rather than take an hour and a half to do my own hair, which is how much it would take me, they get it all done for me in about 35 minutes and it's worth the $30. So that's what I do twice a week. But even finding that half hour to an hour to go and do that, sometimes it's just, not that I can't find an hour to myself, it's in a bad part of the day or where there's something else that I really needed or wanted to do instead. Or maybe it's in my study season on a Saturday or a Wednesday when I don't really want to have to stop to go get my hair done. And so but up until this year, that was my shortcut. My shortcut and my hair hack was not doing my hair myself, because literally this is what used to happen. I would have to wash this hair. I have very thick, wavy hair, and so sometimes curly. Takes a long time to dry, takes an even longer time to blow dry straight. And by the time I'm done, my arms are aching, my back is aching, I am sweating, and I need a break. I need a whole new hair wash. So that was my hack. But literally this year, I've done so much travel in so many different climates and temperatures that I had to find ways to get my hair ready on a Saturday morning when I preach that Friday night. So think about it. I'm at a conference, the lights are on me, I'm sweating, my hair is gross, and then I gotta get up. That's Friday night. I gotta get up on Saturday morning and preach again. So a few years ago, I got a Dyson hair wand and an air wrap, right? And you guys know I love it. It is great. But recently, I don't know if it's the power in the air wand that's less and it's not curling as well, or if the texture of my hair has changed so it doesn't curl and stay anymore. But the air wrap just isn't doing the job that I loved it doing before. In fact, it works better on my hair when I have real curly, greasy hair than it does when my hair is blown out and I try to redo it, you know? So it was working, but it wasn't working great. And so I want to introduce you to the very first under $10 hack that this year has changed the game for me. So here's the video. So I went to, I think it was Ross Dress for Less, which we don't have here in New York, but we were traveling somewhere in the South, and I stopped in and I found this thing, well, I don't know what to call it. It's a satin wrapped piece of sponge. And it was TikTok famous, where girls were taking the bands from their what do you call those things? Robes, the bathrobes, and rolling their hair around it. And you can do it with any kind of like terry band and stuff like that. So it was $4.25, and I thought, you know what? I'll buy this thing. So here in this video, I'm putting this thing on my head after, I come home from church that night and roll my hair around this fat, spongy band, clip it at the top, and I put 2 scrunchies that come in the box for $4.50 around my hair. And you know what I'm thinking in the night while I'm putting this on? This is gonna be so stupid. I'm gonna look like a complete idiot, but it's okay. Because in the morning, I'm just gonna put my hair up in a high bun and it's gonna be okay. That's the style I'm wearing. Well, here in the video, this is what happened when I took this stuff out of my hair. Watch this. I thought it would be too tight. Let's see. Wow. You need to see it. It was crazy. My hair looked like I just stepped out of a salon. I could not believe the big waves and how clean and healthy and high, and it had so much volume. And you know what? In this picture, this is about 12 hours afterwards. The curls were still there. The waves were still there. I wore that hairstyle all day long, all for $4.50 on dirty hair. Girls, I didn't think it was gonna work, but it did. And here's the trick. Just before you wrap your hair up in this, and for me, my hair had been done earlier that week, so it wasn't really in its natural state. So the top was already kind of slick, right? I misted my hair with water. I put some water in my hands and I brushed it through my hair a little bit, not soaking wet, just a little damp. And then I rolled it. Really, the hardest part of this was figuring out how to roll it around that sponge. It took about 3 minutes. And the next morning, complete hairstyle. So that's the first hack that totally changed the game for me, at least for hair. So now, if I work late on a Saturday, I'm not spazzing out about what I'm gonna do on a Sunday morning for church when I have to get ready and get here by 9 o'clock. Or if I'm going on a trip somewhere, I've got 2 preaching engagements back to back, I know it's gonna be okay because I have my trusty $4.50 hair apparatus. So that's the first one. Girls, I know you're rushing out. You want a link to this thing. I honestly don't have a link because I got it at Ross Dress for Less for $4.50. So if you live next to a Ross, try there. TJ Maxx, I'm sure we'll have something similar. But I am going to link one down here from Amazon. It might not be as cheap. I don't know the price yet, but I will try to find the closest one I have to the one I got. And trust me, if you've got long hair or shoulder length or longer, you're going to be glad you did. All right. So the second hack that changed my beauty game. So, I'm getting close to 50 years old, so I want to make sure that I take good care of my skin. I always use high quality, not necessarily high price products. I use a very good cleanser, a very good moisturizer, and twice a week I use a toner. Now my toner is a Paula's Choice toner. It really is very inexpensive. It lasts a very long time. I would use the same one for maybe 3 to 4 months. And my moisturizer right now, I really will use my moisturizer and cleanser till it's gone. So I'm using this Elemis Green Superfood Cleanser, and I'm 3/4 of a way through my bottle. And right now, and I also use the Green Clean, the Pharmacy Green Clean, which you guys know I love. If I have heavy makeup or eye makeup on, that's what I will use to get that eye makeup off. And then for my moisturizer, I've been using the Elemis Pro Marine Moisturizer in the daytime, and 100% of the time, always an SPF. My SPF of choice is the Aven SPF 50 UVA UVB skin lotion, but you can use whatever. La Roche-Posay has a great one that is actually 100 SPF. I know that's very good as well. And just a little tip for those of you who use makeup with SPF mixed into it, that's not the best thing. You want to use a real mineral-based SPF. underneath your makeup. And I know it feels kind of greasy. Just give it some time to dry and then put your makeup on it. You won't believe how useful SPF is. I don't care what color you are. You can be as white as snow or as dark as ebony. You still need an SPF because nothing ages your skin like the sun. Especially for those of us who have melanin in our skin, you need an SPF more than people who don't. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. So use a good SPF, and that changed the game for me, but that was 30 years ago. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't have a lot of trouble with my skin and I'm not super wrinkly. It's because even in Trinidad, I always had an SPF. So do that. If you didn't do that yet, do that. That's a good idea. So that was free. That wasn't even a tip. My second tip is this. So I love a good moisturizer. And what I'd been looking for was an overnight one. You know, something you could put on like a mask, go to sleep and wake up the next day with it. So I found a couple of them and they're blah, you know, okay. I like it, but I don't love it, you know. And then I got this gold face mask, all right? And this is it in this video right here. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try this mask before I come to this fashion show that my church was hosting. Not my church, but the women's ministry of the church. And I wanted my face to look nice and smooth and glowy. So I thought, okay, this says gold face mask. This thing is under $6. All right, and here it is. This is the video of it. And I put it on. And ladies, let me tell you something. When I put it on, I loved my face on this thing because my chin was so cute. I was just smoothing it and it was so gloppy and I loved it. And I kind of thought my face with the mask on looked just like the mask on the box. It was just, I just loved touching it. And anyway, so I kept that on my face for about 30 minutes, right? But look what happened. That mask off, and I've done a lot of, you know, paper masks, and I love a good mask. It gets that moisture all the way down in your pores. It feels so great. And when I took that thing off of my skin, I could not believe the glow and the plumpness and the smoothness. Look at it. This is with zero makeup, nothing on. That's how it looked. For under $10. I'm telling you, I have had masks like the Hanacure face mask, you know, the zombie mask. One of those is $25. That did not make my skin look as amazing as that one did. And that was the last time I used it because I can't find the other one. It comes to a pack. I'm gonna buy some more, but when I did my makeup that day for that fashion show, it went on so perfect and so smooth. And so many people talked about, why does your skin look so good? What is on, what makeup are you using? Same stuff I always use, but it was that mask. And so that's my second tip. So I'm gonna put a link to it on the bottom. I don't get, obviously, this is not, I'm not trying to sell it to you. I don't make any money by suggesting it to you. I'm just telling you, it's under $10 and it's really doing great things, especially if you have that special occasion. And you just need a little bit of lift, a little bit of plumpness, and you always want your face to feel real soft and smooth and plumpity. Okay, so that's the second one. That's the second thing. All right, and my third one. This is my third skin, hair, beauty hack in 2023 that just changed the game for me, and it didn't cost a lot to do it. So recently, I visited a new esthetician that I found on Instagram because you guys know I had a fall where I bruised my entire, I didn't bruise it, I wiped out my entire left kneecap when I fell off my scooter. So I went to this esthetician to see if there was something that they could do to help me take that awful looking black scar that I now have where a knee used to be before next summer. And in the process of doing that, we were talking about my face, and because I'm a dark person, I have some hyperpigmentation right here at the cheeks. It's hereditary. My daddy has it. My grandfather had it, and the men in the family have it, and then I got it. Don't ask me how, but right here. So I was talking to her about it, and then she introduced me to a peel. Now, I can't do peels because my skin is hypersensitive. I can't use most creams and lotions on my face. I don't know if you are like that. If I put a Band-Aid on, I'm going to get a scar from it. And even if it doesn't break the skin, that's the kind of skin I was blessed with. But ladies, so she did this peel, and it's not the famous V peel that takes off a full layer of your skin that I see people doing on Instagram and TikTok. I see these girls, right? And they might be 3 or 4 shades darker than I am. And then they do this peel, and when they're done, they're 3 or 4 shades lighter than I am. That's not the peel. No. I don't know about those. I'm not suggesting those. It doesn't look safe to me. I don't know. It might be. I just don't know if I'd be comfortable with that. So she suggested, she said, if you want to try to lighten the discoloration or whatever, you can try this. And I said, okay, might as well. Because it was very reasonably priced. And so she did it. Girls, let me tell you something. She put that thing on my face, and I thought I was going to jump out of my skin. It burned so bad. And it burned, and I kept asking her, is it supposed to burn like this? And she's like, yes, it's tingling. I was like, this is not tingling. This is burning. And I especially here in my smile lines and underneath here where I have a little bit of discoloration, it burned. And so she said, no, it's fine. And then she wiped it off. She wiped it off of my face 10 minutes before she would do the average person. And the wiping off, if I thought the peel was burning, I had no clue. Because the wiping off the peel was 100 times worse than the peel itself. Anyway, she put some cooling lotion on it, and then I ended up moisturizer, and then I went home. Well, the next morning, the areas right here and here that I thought was burning was brown, like dark spot brown. I may have a picture of it. I'm not sure. I might have deleted them because they're so difficult to look at. I thought to myself, I really was burned, but it wasn't raised. It was flat. It was just like, if you get a minor burn and it scabs over, but it wasn't a scab. It was just like a darker spot. And so I got a little scared. I took some pictures. I sent it to her, and she said, give it till the afternoon. And then the weirdest thing happened. It just scaled right off that same day. And then little by little, everywhere started peeling. Nothing drastic. A moisturizer kept it down. I came to church. Nobody noticed. I felt self-conscious, but nobody could tell unless I said something. But in about 3 days, I went back to the hair salon to do my hair. And all the girls were like, what'd you do to your face? Why is your face so shiny? How'd you get glass skin? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I looked in the mirror, and it really was so much different. All of the darker spots was lighter, and it was just amazing. And it took about 2 to 3 days. And so since then, I've done another peel, and the second time it didn't burn at all, and it didn't peel as much. But she said it's because the second time over, my skin was so much healthier and so much stronger, and I had stopped using some of the abrasive or retin-A things that I was using before, so it gave my skin time to build up a top layer. But I'm telling you, I'm doing that again. I'm doing 3 in a row. That's what I've decided. But I've told everybody. I've told my sister-in-law, I've told the girls in my office, I told Donna, I told everybody that will listen, because if I get good news, I can't help but tell it. And now I'm telling you. And if you want to know, if you're in the New York area and you want to know who she is, she's amazing. And she's a doctor turned esthetician. So she knows exactly what she's doing and offers a lot of services. And I told her I'm going to tell all my friends. So here am I telling you, I will find out the exact name of the peel if you'd like to ask your esthetician, or if you'd like to go somewhere that they do it. But please find somebody that knows what they're doing, because I have a strange feeling this could really hurt if you get the wrong person, So But how much is it? I've checked places where these peels go for like $350. But at the place I went to, she was only $200, and I'm not sure why. But I don't know what the price is that she will give. I got there in the opening week of her new salon, so maybe that's why. But anyway, it was great. It was so great. I'm gonna put a link to this. I will tell her that I'm letting you guys know. I know she'll be so excited about it. And so I told you two of the things would be under $10 and the other one over $10, but it still changed the game for me. I was thinking the other day, if I had to use topical creams or microdermabrasion or some kind, which is super expensive and I hate it and I'm never doing it because it hurts too much. Or if I had to exfoliate so much and get the products to do it, you might as well do this one time and save yourself all the time and money. All right, so those are the three things. There's so much more I want to share with you. And before Christmas, I'll put it on there because if you have girls on your Christmas list, these are the things they'll want anyway. Why buy socks and scarves? Everybody has socks and scarves. Nobody wants another sweater. Buy something like this instead and they will thank you for it. So Preacher Girls, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It was different, right? But it's stuff I wanted to know, so I'm sure you will want to know too. And if you have a good tip, if you have a skin, hair, nail tip that changed your game this year, put it in the comments. Let me know because I want to try it too. And I want all the other Preacher Girls to look as good as in the flesh as they do in the spirit. And don't you forget that if God called you, no one can uncall you. And you don't need a pulpit, you just need a message. Love you guys. Bye.